Alright, what's going on, everybody? Here at McKellips Park today. Gonna do a couple of things. First off, I'm gonna toss around one of the beginner baits that I started working on, Texas rig. All it is a bullet weight, an extra wide gap hook, and a worm or whatever creature bait you're using. So all you do here, let's see here. Let me loosen up some of this line real quick. All right. Is you got your bullet weight, your hook, got a Palomar knot tied to a, looks like, I think this is a 3/0 EWG extra wide gap hook. Just gonna feed it through the worm about a 1/4 inch, pop it out, slide it up to the eye. Well, not all the way through. And then we're going to find where that meets at. Stick it through. And then if you want it weedless, just get the point of the hook, stick it back into plastic. That's all that is. So I'm going to toss this around, see if we can get on a Texas rig bite. This is one of the first techniques I started using when I first started bass fishing. So I also brought a setup with my Lipless Crankbait, because it's not one of my confidence baits, so I wanted to see if we can maybe get on one there. So now with this bait, all you need to do is just drag it back to you, or you can even pop it a couple times. Using a set of worms, and I got some brush hogs from Copper State Bakes from my friend James Chaffman, so I'm going to put these to use today, see if we can get on any bait, any bass. He should be out here later today to do some fishing, so we'll run into him here in a bit. But yeah, just dragging that worm on the ground, on the bottom of the floor. Seeing bass jumping over there. I might have to get that lipless out in a little bit. Got a Strike King red eye shad in crawl color. So let's throw a few casts out there and let's start burning it. So with that, I'm just gonna give it a straight retrieve every now and then, just pop it. I mean, there's different techniques on how to reel that in. That's what I'm just going to start with, and I'll change it up as I go. Because there's definitely bass feeding. You can see a lot of bait fish jumping on top. It's a new rod of mine too. It's a favorite 7.2 medium heavy moderate action cranking stick. On a Bass Pro Signature Series 6.3. It's a 6.3 to 1 gear ratio reel. All right, so we made it to the other side of the pond here. I changed a worm. We went with a Morning Dawn from Copper State Baits. I'm gonna make a few casts over here and let's see if we, that's a good color, so it's just a matter of now getting them to bite. Last time I was here, I was with the little float setup when we caught that bluegill and missed that monster bass up on the north pond. But it's a new day. Let's see if we can get a bite on this. I'm pretty confident we will. Guess they just gotta watch that line. There's like a little rock ledge here. There may be bass tucked up on it, so I'm trying to run it parallel to that without getting stuck. God, that color looks good. Let's make a toss over there. I got my buddy James here from Copper State Baits when I got these lures from, so I like to get a couple of bass on his baits. I guess they work, huh? He's throwing a drop shot with one of his new color worms, oxblood, and he already got one. It's nice. There he goes. Maybe I should have brought a drop shot, eh? Well, that's gonna boost my spirits and my confidence. Right on. It works. You know, I'm gonna have to buy a pack now.
Got like 3 bags on the shelf, so I'll sell you one. Hey, you got your pliers with you? I didn't bring any.
They're in my backpack. Right there on the small pocket in the front.
All right, gotcha.
All right, so my other GoPro died, so I had to switch out real quick. Got the jerkbait on. Making casts with this, see if I can get a few bass to take the jerkbait. So far, nothing's taken. Thought I might have had one bite. I think it was wishful thinking, but oh, well, that's sweet. I just spooked. Ooh, almost twisted my ankle. Just spooked a bass right there. There we go. I'm on finally. On the jerkbait. Let's get this baby up here. Finally. Ooh. Got him kind of on the tongue. Let's go get the pliers. Help this guy out. He's bleeding. All right. Jerkbait. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay. There we go. Nice looking bass. Finally got him on the jerkbait. I want to get him back in the water right away because he was bleeding a little bit. So, oh, there he goes. Oh, I spooked something there. Probably a carp or something. It's a pretty nice day. I mean, other than earlier when it was hot, and it's just gonna get hotter, but I mean, for right now with the shade, it's really nice. Water's not too choppy, it's actually pretty calm. Just the bass are playing hard to get right now. Threw it right there because there was something there, but I think it was a carp. Man, that bait just floats up in the air. Even on the Texas rig. Man, that's just awesome. Oh yeah, look at that little guy trying to hit there. Just let me know he's there. There we go. Oh. Finally got one on the brush hog. No, just don't lose it. All right, let's bring him in. I gotta weigh him for a contest here too, so get a good look at him. All right, look at that guy on the brush hog. Sweet. The plastic sure does work. Look at that guy. Heck yeah. Let me get a picture for James here. Look at that guy. Nice. I'm gonna get him back in the water here. I don't want to keep him out too long. Nice bass. All right, so I weighed that fish. It weighed 2.08 pounds on the Copper State Baits brush hog in pumpkin red. I almost didn't get the hook on that guy because he hit it. I had no slack in the line and he was going away with it. So I just gave my hardest tug and I was able to hook him. But yeah, stoked that I finally got one on the Texas rig again. This bait is pretty sick. The appendages on it float. Even on the Texas rig, you sit there and you let it sit there, it floats. I almost thought I had something there. It must have been a rock or something. But yeah, that's pretty neat. All right. Well, it was a pretty good day. It started slow. We have a Texas rig. We tried the worms a little bit. They weren't biting on the worms. We also had the lipless, one of the baits that I do not have confidence in, and we threw that around for a while. Didn't catch anything on it, so I switched over to a jerkbait, a Rapala Husky Jr., and we were able to get one. And then right before this session was ending, went back to the Texas rig, tied on one of the Copper State Baits brush hogs in pumpkin red, and threw that around a bit, and we were able to get into a 2-pound bass. So all in all, I'll call it a pretty good day. So I want to thank James for the baits, of course. Baits are awesome. Copper State Baits, you can check them out on Facebook. I think he has a website that they're working on right now. It's copperstatebaits.com. But yeah, some awesome plastics. Local guys here in Arizona, here in Gilbert on the East Valley, makes awesome baits. But pretty happy with them. Pretty happy with the session. So we'll get out on the water again soon. So until then, you know what? Tight lines, guys, and God bless.